Right one. I guessed wrong.
It's all good. We showed up with Ask Airsoftology.
I know. I was like, I clicked it. I was like, oh, no, that's my vertical for the Airsoftology one I did with Tim. Too many scenes in the streaming software. I'm like, wait a minute. And I have them labeled weird. So I should know I'd have two hopped up scenes, but one of them. Anyway, you guys want to know that. Welcome back to the show. It's been a while.
Back. Hello, everybody.
Oh my
Hello,
gosh.
hello. It's been a while. Then we did one episode. Then we had to skip because then you were traveling this time.
Yeah.
And now here
My
we're
fault.
back.
My
And
fault in
I'm
recovering.
about to do some more traveling.
Right. Your fault too.
Whatever.
Oh,
Let's
I went to the land of strong zero double lemon.
yes, that is the drink of choice.
It
On
is.
well, I was about to say on a Friday night, but actually on any given night. But today I'm having a Suntory highball. This is
7
7%.
percenter. Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of saved this one a little bit. My cousins gave this one to my parents to give me when they were here. So it's funny. My cousin also lives up in Sendai. He lives here in Japan, and he's like, "Here, I got this for Mark." And I was like, "Dude, I can get this at the
Yeah,
convenience store."
I can get it at
But it's
7,
the thought
family.
that counts.
It's like, hey, thanks.
It's the thought that counts.
Oh my god, the chew highs there, dude. We went through so many. Like we're like, yeah. Like our hotel room was like a rainbow of cans of all the different flavors and everything. Oh, Stu's drinking Schwarzer Würzsong, German beer, and Biltong. Oh my god, you're eating jerky and drinking German beer. Okay.
You okay?
Yeah.
Stu, if you need help, just say it.
Yeah. Is this a cry? Is this a cry for help? German beer and you're living your best. Man, do you have one of those, like, I'm gonna ask, like, for real, like, number one red flag, like, you ever see like the above the bed, the girl has like those like live, laugh, love sayings like painted on her wall,
Yes.
like behind the
yes.
headboard,
Eat,
run.
eat, sleep, laugh, repeat.
Yeah, exactly, like that, like, or living my best life, or princess lives here, whatever. Like, bro, run, don't walk to the nearest door. I mean, like, get out. You're probably number
Yes.
4 for the day. I'm just gonna say it. So we've already started this. Live, laugh, love. Oh my god, Stu, we can't even talk about that. All right, let's. And within the first how many minutes here, we've been demonetized. It's great. Welcome to Hopped Up.
What are we? Just less than 2 minutes in.
It was my fault. My fault. I did it.
Yay.
I did it. It's me. Oh my gosh, man.
Yay.
So, how have things been? Oh my gosh. You and I have
things
actually
have been,
barely talked. We were actually catching up before the show here.
I think things have been a bit wacko since last show. So everybody knows I'm in the middle of wrapping up a bunch of stuff here before I head stateside.
Yep.
And so I've been trying to go and do some bucket list stuff, and so I went to Koyasan, and so I did some stuff over this last weekend. Went to Yoshino, which is like a very famous area for a ton of sakura trees.
Yep.
Down in Nara, it's absolutely beautiful. Took one of those sightseeing trains. We'll talk about that later.
Oh, you and your
Super
train.
duper
It's been a while since you've done a train.
Yeah, I know. Went on a sightseeing train, did one of those. But yeah, it's been all right, but then like super busy, with getting things wrapped up here at the office. And last week was just an all-out blitz, re-aggravated my back.
Oh no.
Yeah, good times. But it is what it is. It's all good. Like all the box moving is done, so I'm good. Now it's on to recovery.
Well, before we get to recovery, I want to give a massive congratulations to you and your daytime employer. Both. What?
Not yet.
Not yet? Okay.
Not yet.
All right. Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
Time will come, but
Okay.
it's not yet. Not yet.
But
not
for
yet.
real though, but you're moving, man. You got to celebrate the
Yeah.
move. This is such a
Yeah.
big deal. Like I said, the congratulations. It's about
Congratulate me when the move is done.
I know, like I don't want to jinx it, right? I don't want to jinx it. But like you literally
Too fast.
But come on, man. You guys have been planning this for so long. It's so much in the works. You and I have talked, like, if you guys don't know, Mark and I've talked about this for years, that it's been so much in your plan to get stateside that I don't want to jinx it. You still haven't gotten your plane yet. You're a few weeks out, But I want to congratulate you, man, for you getting to this awesome company. You guys making the big move, doing everything the right way, and finally getting to realize your ultimate goal and start everything there. I mean, that's such a big thing. So I gotta say, man, I know we keep talking about it. You got to do this. But I mean, like we've all been talking about this forever. It's a big deal. It's a huge deal.
We have, and it has been a huge thing, and that's why I said, like, wait, don't say it yet. It's like the other day.
I know you don't want to jinx. I know you're
goes,
like superstitious about this. So
yeah, no, not really, but I think I may have gotten there a little bit.
I think you are. I think you are.
So the thing is, like, you know, I see a friend of mine also posting that he's leaving Japan and he's moving to Silicon Valley. He does a bunch of photography for Fujifilm and stuff like that. Cool guy, super cool guy. And so he made this really beautiful post about, like, you know, goodbye Japan. And then Kumi walks past my desk and she goes, "Oh no, don't post that. No, it's too soon."
Oh.
She's like, don't.
But I know it's so bittersweet for
sad.
you because I know you just finally got adjusted there. You finally kind of got settled in. But at the same time, this is the goal, and you're gonna kick off the stage of your life that you've been working for. I mean, we've literally talked about this for how many years now?
Yeah, well, for a long time. I think at least before 18,
Mm-hmm.
2018, yeah,
It's really been that long.
2018.
So
It's been that long.
yeah.
But, like, you know, the thing is, yeah, it's a big thing, and it's not just about jinxing it. It's just like there's so many things, so many moving parts still that we're really cutting it close.
Yeah.
And I just want to make sure that my head's still in the game, and I don't get too far into, like, oh well, you know, I got all.
I know,
this
because you do.
handled
I know
and
you do have
things
some
will be fine.
pieces that have to really lock in,
Yeah.
before everything's like official for you. I know it's still transitory. You're kind of in between the two. That said, I will kind of think I'm making a plan. I might be seeing you within a few months,
Yes, hopefully soon.
depending on your landing and arrival and how long you stay there before you have to bounce and do your stuff and all that. I should be there potentially middle of the year. So working on that.
Yes.
We were talking about that too.
So
So that's
I-
heads up, everybody. That's kind of another little
Yeah.
bit of a tease surprise. Working on making a trip, and we might finally, maybe have an off day, hopped up together in the same room.
Yes, because I'll actually be there.
Mm.
And so the thing is, like, yeah, for those who may not know, Day Job is opening a entity in the United States called Lilacs USA, and it's going to be West Coast based. We're going to be outside the King County, Seattle land area. So we're going to be a little bit south of Seattle. That's where we're going to be based at. But just for easy planning, Seattle. That's where we're going to be. And I'm going to be bouncing back and forth, Seattle and Japan. You know, it's good. You know, I always tell people, don't worry. It's not like I'm leaving and never coming back. I'm coming back. I'm coming back all the time, actually. I already have my return ticket. So, you know, with that said, you know, just there's a lot of things that still need to be handled on this side. You know, we have new products coming out. I need to come back and film. I need to be able to still support our Japan team while at the same time, you know, getting my life off the side and the ball moving, because that's gonna be home now. Like,
Yeah.
I'm there now.
The question I
Like,
think a lot of people have is, are you still going to be the face of Lilacs International
of
USA?
course. Yeah, of course. Like, I'm still gonna be. You're still gonna see my face plastered everywhere with our social media. And if you're in Japan and you visit airsoft shops that sell BCM and SIG, you'll see my face there too.
I got a
wish they
picture
would
of my
cho-
reel somewhere.
I wish they chose a better photo for my SIG photo shoot. I look like I haven't slept in like 5 years. But yeah. Yeah, so it's something. Yeah,
That was-
I look like a
that was
zombie.
I was in Japan. I'm like, who is this guy? I was walking to
I look
Ichigoya,
terrible.
and I'm like, huh? I'm like, wait a
I-
minute, I know this guy.
Funny thing is, I kept on telling them the photo that I wanted was one that I had stretched out. I had the gun stretched out because there's an advertising photo of one of the SIG guys exactly in the same pose. And then the thing was, you know, a lot of people here in Japan, when they play, they're so tucked in with their pistol, so they wanted me to do that. Yeah. So get this. Here's a funny thing about this
That's
photo.
same entry level, same lobby.
Here's the funny thing about that photo. Do you know that shirt, Jono? I don't own a shirt like that.
Oh, you don't? They photoshopped that shirt?
Dude, that is my red BCM shirt.
Oh, they photoshopped. They color shifted it to black.
They changed it to black. Also, that photo. So, how'd I put it? That photo, I was actually wearing a different shirt.
Okay, and they changed your shirt.
So then
Now I
was
can't
wearing a
unsee it. I'm
different
looking
shirt.
at it. I'm going
Yeah.
zoomed in.
I was
I can't
actually wearing
tell.
a different shirt, and then they. So
Wait, come on. Let me get hide my face.
I was wearing a different shirt for that pose, and I retook that photo with my BCM shirt on, and then they took my different pose of the BCM shirt and then imposed it onto this one.
Really?
Because just how the composition was, that I think it was somehow like how the gun was held or how the angling was better on the first one, but the overall looked better with the BCM shirt on, right?
Oh, Stu, hashtag leaving your mark everywhere. By the way, funny things you see in Japan. This is actually the street.
In Japan.
Yeah, this is the street behind Ichigoya in Akibara. Anyway, oh my gosh, that place. I got so many. So anyway, by the way, if you guys didn't know from the photos, I was in Tokyo for just a few days with the producer. We went there, totally holiday, essentially, and hung out. I snuck into Ichigoya just for a few moments, took a walk around, but that was about it. Aside from that, it was just going sightseeing, Shinjuku, Shibuya, Ginza, all that stuff, all
As
around.
one does.
Yeah, just basically going and eating a lot of really good food. Oh, the what gyokatsu? Gyokatsu? How do you say it in Japanese? The the beef tonkatsu.
Gyokatsu.
Gyokatsu, which is nyo
Yeah.
here. Yeah, but
Yeah, the gyokatsu.
oh my god, they served it
that
on a
was so
hot,
good.
like they serve it rare. It's fried like super lightly fried, and it's like rare on the inside, and then you cook it on like a stone rock in front of you. Like they have like the thing burning. Let's see if I got a photo of that. I think I do.
Yes, I know. It looks so good.
Gosh, so flipping good. Yeah, so like this is, let me do sideways so you guys can see it better. Like this is it. Come on, focus, baby. Look at that. It's like, and those are like
Look at
two, those are two. So it
Be
comes in
still,
this
my
plate
heart.
back here hiding in the background, but like these are like the tops of the stone like cookers. There's fire up underneath them, and there's like a piece of iron, I think. I don't know if they're stone or iron. I don't know. And it's just raw, like, oh my god, marble beef is so flipping good. Oh, it's so tasty.
When you were going to have your gyukatsu, I went to go have I was telling the producer, I went to go have fugu.
There you go.
With a friend of mine. Oh wow, nice.
That's the set, and you see
Nice,
the
nice.
ovens there in the background. There's two of them right there. You got the fire going in them.
I see the main point, which is the big beers on the side.
Dude, you're doing fried beef. You better have beer with it.
Yes.
The other thing.
So
that-
I went.
Keep talking. I'll show you the other thing in a
I
second.
went to go have fugu
Oh,
the other day, like last week, and then they served me a drink, and it was the most lit drink ever, and I swear to God, it really is, because they lit it on fire.
oh my god! So you put like 151 on top.
Oh no, this is what they do. Watch, check this out.
What? Out of the bottle?
Out of the bottle.
No way!
Yeah, out of the bottle.
is
Yo,
wild.
this crazy.
Yo, that's crazy. The whole thing.
Yeah, it
That
was so
seems
good.
dangerous.
It was so good though.
Roast beef mountain. Oh, sorry, my screen's falling asleep here. Roast beef mountain with an egg on top. Look at that.
Oh my
Oh my
Oh.
god. Dude, it's so good. There's so much good food. Found this absolutely killer sushi restaurant. It's probably my new favorite one in Tokyo. It still doesn't beat, it definitely doesn't beat what we normally get there. We get the unagi butter. Nothing beats unagi
Right.
butter. Unagi butter is still the holy grail. However, this one was pretty cool. I'm looking now. What else did I do? I didn't take enough. Totally did not take enough food. Although, fun thing I saw on the subway there apparently doing a Spy Family the musical.
It does not surprise me.
It's literally,
It
these are
does
live
not.
action. If you look, those are the 4 actresses that play Anya. They got a couple different actors, like 2 different actors here. You're not seeing double. They're different actors that play the different characters. I don't know if you guys watch Spy Family at all. It's a fantastic anime. But this is
I think it's overdone now. I think it's
Really?
officially overdone. I think
Ah.
it's overdone. I think like it's just officially overdone.
All right, man. I'm telling you, dude, the
Uncle
food
Alan
there.
will enter the chat. That is so true.
Yeah, we've summoned the Uncle Alan.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, the roast beef, oh, so flipping good, dude. Hey, why did you not tell me that you had these there?
I didn't think about it.
Dude, these are
I didn't
great.
look for those.
We have these. We have like the energy ones here. We don't have the protein ones. We have like the energy and the collagen.
I had like one of those protein drinks from 7-Eleven, and then it kind of scarred me for life because it was the Seva protein drink.
Yeah, those aren't so bad.
In the paper one.
Yeah.
So it said milk flavor, right? So I grab it, I twist it, I open it. Oh my god! It's that sour.
Oh, it's Yakult.
And no, it's
like the yogurt.
sour. It's if it was yogurt, I'll drink it. If it was Yakult, I'll drink it. This is like a sour, flavorless sour, like off tasting milk, not very good It was
Did it
the
go
first
bad?
drink I've ever had. It was the first drink I've ever had in Japan where I was like, ugh, I can't finish this. I
Was
threw
it
away.
bad? It had to have gone bad.
No, the expiration date was still good.
Maybe it got warm.
Like
That's
it was just not
weird.
good. But look, also it could just be like my brain going in there with this is gonna taste like milk.
Oh, and then your brain,
Open.
like, yeah, like what you experienced was a very different.
Reject.
Yeah, eject.
Yeah.
Yeah, Freedom. No, I'm looking at chat right here, Pro. Like Freedom, I'm not gonna lie, man. The beef there, like we ate a lot of beef. It's so good, but we
As
also.
one does.
Oh my god, it's so good. Like the roast beef, and that's just rare cooked roast beef. It's cooked, so that the mountain, and you have like get one little like the egg yolks up top, and then underneath you have rice. You can choose the amount of rice you want. There's like 3, like small, less, medium, or more. We just got the medium one. I got double meat, and that whole pile, it doesn't look like much, but it's all roast beef just like swirled together to the top. And that bowl is like, it's like legit big bowl. So that roast beef mountain is like fist and a half. It's like this of just roast beef with the egg on top, and the white stuff was like a the white one was, what was it? It was an onion. No, it was onion. No, it was a horseradish sauce. They have a horseradish and an onion sauce you could pick from. And oh god, so flipping good. And then the fried beef, it's a fried beef patty, and you cook it yourself. So I just barely seared the edges, and it's just like rare, and you was just like butter. You could eat it raw.
Yes.
It doesn't matter.
Yes. Essentially, it's just a blue steak.
Yeah, it's so flipping good. It's just melted, and I got the double order of it, so it's like you could get like 1, 1.5, or 2 cutlets. I was like, bruh, 2. It's like I don't come here every time, you know. It's like, yo, it's on.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
But the
Ho Ching
roast beef,
Young asking me. Oh, sorry, John.
No, go ahead, go
finish.
ahead. We're done.
Okay. Ho Ching Young's asking me, does Lilacs do Nomikai? Ho Ching Young. These are Osaka people. They do a Nomikai all the time.
What's nomikai?
So Nomikai is like, when we go out and drink after work.
Mhm.
We're kind of like getting together and drinking.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. So like, yeah, our company. Yes, we do. Yes, we do Nomikai a lot. Well, I would say this. I really enjoy spending time with my colleagues, and Jono, you've met so many of my colleagues now here at the office.
Yeah.
Even though a lot of them can't speak English, they're really cool people. They're
Oh, dude,
really nice
your
people.
office is so good.
They really try to make it a point to come and hang out with you and make you feel good. And if they can't communicate, they'll whip out the Google Translate, and then it's all good. I've picked up some Japanese over the time of living here. I've very tertiary, like 5-year-old level conversational, which it works. So
Yep.
and if it really doesn't work, then I can whip out the Google, and then I understand way more than I can speak. So for the most part, it's pretty good. And speaking of Nomikai, Freedom is here. So Freedom actually came to visit me, and we
By the way,
went
Freedom,
to.
here it is.
Yes.
But I love their spelling of beef. BEAF. That's okay. I'll forgive them. So it's
Yes.
roast beef ono, OHNO, and it's in Aki. This one's in Aki.
Yeah.
Akibara.
So so yeah, Freedom came and visited me, and one of the guys from our sister company, he's also Indonesian. So we took him out. We had some nomikai. It was a
There's
good
the
time.
menu. There's your price.
Nice. Oh, that's it. Sanzen Sahakien. That's it.
Oh, but yeah. Well, that's the single order. The double order here. Let me
Oh,
let me zoom in.
I thought the double was the Sanzen yen. Yeah, the double
Yeah,
size. 3,300 yen.
San Ling.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry, not
Yeah.
Mandarin. 3,330. Yeah, that's it. Double size right
San-
here. So the double one.
Oh goodness gracious.
Yeah, double one is 3,330.
Oh,
Like, so
I love
that's
Japan. It's
I
20
know.
bucks.
It's 20
like
bucks,
25
guys.
bucks.
It's like it's wait,
25
333.
bucks.
Yeah, it's $25 for a massive pile of Japanese
Oh, no.
A4. It's A4 high. It's above A4 rank Wagyu. Above A4 rank Wagyu roast beef for $25.
Oh my god.
It's absolutely yeah. It's nuts. And even the 1871, which is like $12-13 for the single serving, is great. And you can get extra rice to balance out the meal for no extra charge.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
but yeah, this place legit. This one, and then that the Katsu. Let me find that one. Where was that?
Oh yeah. I mean, like, yeah. I want to. What's the name of that restaurant? Because I have one like literally down that way. Also like a gyukatsu place down that way.
Yeah, let me
And,
find. I'll find it on the Google Maps. Hang on. They
yeah.
had one or two locations there in. It's in. I think it's in Aki as well.
Yeah.
Let me look.
Ho Ching Yang, so alcohol equals social lubricant. Yes. Also, it just means another day in Osaka. Why do you think I get along so well living here?
For those that want to see, come on, focus. There it is.
Okay, what's the name?
Gaikatsu Ichi
sorry.
Nissan.
Oh, okay.
So what? Ichi 1-3? 1-3? Ichi Nissan? Gaikatsu Ichi Nissan.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, Ichi Nissan. Yeah, 1-2-3. Gaikatsu 1-2-3.
Gyukatsu 1, 2, 3.
Yep.
Nice.
It's
See, Japanese getting better.
I know. I was like, wait a minute. I could read Ichi. I know it's 1 sans 3 because we share the same in Mandarin. The stairs are like a death trap. So you go down to this basement and like you have to queue up, get there like early. Don't mess around. Like don't like screw around or whatever. Yeah, it's in
You're gonna find out.
Chiyoda Ward. Yep, you're right. Exactly. Oh look, it's if you guys know where Shooting Cafe and Bar Akiba Base is, it's right around the corner from that, close to Big Camera. So it's in that area. It's really, really close to those.
Big camera.
Big Camera and Akibara. So, yep. They might have other ones. It was totally worth going. So flipping good. The Google reviews are off the flipping chart too, man. Like 4.7 stars, 6,300 reviews. Like it's like you
Are
can't
they like Japanese reviews or like English
everything.
reviews?
That's all. It's like the line down there was a mix. I'd say half were locals, half were foreigners. It was 50-50 of the people queued up in line. There were like some Australian guys behind us, and then there were some locals behind them. There were locals in front of us. So it's a hybrid mix of everybody. And when I saw the locals there, I'm like, yo, this is right. So
Yeah, it's always a dangerous thing, here, especially with the foreigners coming back and stuff like that.
I
It's
saw
just,
a lot.
it's during a time like when the foreigners weren't here, you can still go to those really name recognized restaurants, and the quality was picking back up a little bit because they had to serve the locals, and they'll call you out if especially here. And so now the worry I have, like, I've been back to some places, and with the influx of foreigners and influx of foot traffic, I can clearly see that the taste and the standard has kind of gone down a little bit. So like now for me, I just try, like I've always kind of went out of my way to go for super local places anyway. So on a day-to-day basis, or when I go out, I don't have too much of an issue when I do that. But
Yep. I'm going to find you the sushi place I went to. Here it is. So in Harajuku, I found this sushi place, just some Google Fu. Literally like no foreigner reviews. I Google it and it's like, it's at this corner here. It should be right freaking here. And actually, I need to upload the photos because I'm standing at the street corner. I can't find it. And to give you an idea, this is the building.
Nice.
The bottom floor is
Oh, yeah.
produce. The second floor is
Yeah.
empty. Little or not, believe it or not, there's a third floor up here. This tiny up top. It's like half size on that balcony area. So that's a produce shop. That's empty, just dead. So you're standing here and you're like,
Yeah.
the map says the sushi place is here. There is absolutely no sign for it. Zero. There
Yeah.
is just simply this stairwell. That's it. When you walk to
Yeah.
the top of that tall stairwell, all the way to the very top, which is hidden behind that wall up there, you will find the sushi restaurant. There's no sign downstairs. There's no board, no nothing. I would dare say, minus unagi butter, the best freaking sushi I've had. It's chef's choice. Essentially, you have like three options. Like,
Omakase.
yeah, you have like option one is like I'm on a budget. Option two is like, hey, give me like I'm hungry. And option three is like, yo, I got some cash to throw. And that's it. And option two is like 1,800 yen.
Yeah.
And
Oh.
you get like 20 pieces like at the individual. It's everything.
1,800, not
No,
18,000.
1,830, I think. Well, I think it may be a little. Well, I took a picture of the menu. I uploaded the menu to them. I don't have it in here. Well, anyway, I'll show you guys where it is. So I can't read the name of it because, well, it's all in Japanese. It has focus there. If you guys can read it's a lot of kanji.
Focus.
Something mountain.
Focus.
I see mountain. Hang on.
I can't see it. It's out of focus.
Oh, wait. Mark needs to see it. Let me move it down to his camera. We use two cameras here, by the way.
Oh, okay. I see it.
Yeah. So I got to move up to your guys now. So this is it. It sits like 10 people, maybe. And by the way,
And it's all
for
chef choice.
1,800, that's what you get.
Wow. Okay.
That's what you get
good.
for 1,800. It's flippin' legit, dude. The chef is great. Like you just kind of got to smile and point. You know, it's one of those like the menu. They have
Yeah.
they have an English menu, but this is definitely not a foreigner's place. So Edogawa Me. Get Edogawa Me.
Mae.
What? I don't know.
My Edogawa Mae sushi.
Oh, sushi. That's it. Yep. It's down. It's Cat Street. So if you know where Cat Street is in Harajuku, it's on Cat Street, but you would never know it's there. And basically, all the people that work on Cat Street go run up there and eat, and then come back to work. And this place is so flipping good. It's a hidden gem. The price is so good, under 2,000. You can't beat it. I think actually no. I think the old
What's the expensive one?
the expensive one was like it jumped a lot. It was like 5,000.
Dude, at 5,000, that's it. Oh my god.
Yeah. So here it is. Here we go. I'll show you the menu. Here you go. If you can, I'll show it to the group first. So focus. So small is 1,400, large is 18, and the big one's like 4,900 or something. Mark, I'll give it for you.
Yeah, 4,500. First class, excellent. Limited to 10 persons. 4,500 yen. Oh my god.
Yeah. The recommended one's what I got, and it's like the first class excellent. It's like I don't know. I didn't try it because you don't have to because it's just way too good. And he just makes it and he'll just dump it on your plate. Just dump it on, like as he makes them, he just dumps it. Went twice. Second time back, kind of looked at us like, hey, welcome back. He just knew it. He just kind of smiled and nodded. Like he didn't speak any English. We don't speak in Japanese. It doesn't matter. It was just kind of like that. Hey, you came back again. You liked it, right? You get this really crazy tasty miso soup. It's that dark brown miso soup.
Mm-hmm.
Not like,
Oh yeah,
that really rich one.
Yeah.
Food's so flipping good. Oh my god, man, it's so tasty. So another hidden gem. We need to really start like a hidden gem map for Hopped Up of like our favorite places, spots in like Osaka, Tokyo. I could list 100 spots probably here in Taipei of places to go. So
Yeah.
we should really start something like
Yeah, I mean, we definitely will. I think, once, again, it just goes back to once things kind of calm down again,
Yeah.
then we can get back to it. Like, kind of like when I first moved here before things got super crazy toward the middle of my time here, and then even crazier now that I'm like exiting.
yeah.
Oh, like
Well, you're gonna have
I
feet in
just was
both worlds, right? You're gonna be like over
yeah,
here, over here. You got half your job here, half your job here. You're gonna still have to do
yeah,
it full time. Like I'm just curious, like your media thing. Like you're gonna have to be like what I am, like the one man show.
yeah. Well, the good thing is I actually have 8 episodes of stuff already filmed,
Oh,
4 episodes edited down and uploaded, and I edit another 4 episodes coming up. So I have one. It's a season 2 of a hit series that we did in the beginning of the channel, and the other one is brand new. So we have 2 serialized pieces of content coming out for every weekend. It's scheduled for Fridays, Saturdays, Saturday afternoons, Friday afternoon, Saturday early night for me. So like Eastern Standard Time. So yeah, so that's gonna come out this week. This
oh,
Friday is the first
nice.
episode. Yeah. So I did my 2 Mayday Sound specials. I did so, and then we're gonna roll out the serialized content. I did this announcement already on both on our YouTube, our Facebook, and our Instagram. So yeah, new stuff is coming. New 2023 content's coming. Um, April, I'm doing a road trip down to Cali to go visit some people.
Nice.
So that's gonna be Airsoft Diaries season 1 season 2 episode 1, kicking off the U.S. leg. So
Nice. And then I'll be joining you, hopefully, if everything works. I gotta look at flights. It's the summertime. They're
yeah.
so crazy expensive. Oh my god. Um, we're gonna do June, like
Hmm.
mid-ish June. So Chi Young, we try to keep the pot like so. We've got to figure out how the show timing is gonna work of this.
Yes. So
It might
yeah, that's
shift.
something.
We're not sure. We want to make sure
Mhm.
it's attainable for everybody. So we got to figure out, are we ending it? Absolutely not. We are not going to kill the show. The show is going to live. We are alive. The time might shift.
The good thing is because I'm on the West Coast time, the time difference is quite great.
Yeah.
So if we decide to schedule it, let's say for like a like a Saturday Friday kind of thing, it actually works out. You know,
It's like what, six?
not
Right
yeah,
now it's
not too horribly.
6 p.m. on the West Coast, right? Yeah, I think so.
Let me
No, 6 a.m. 6 a.m. 6 a.m.
do a look.
6
Yeah.
a.m. in LA time. No, 9, 8, 7 a.m. 7 a.m. Because Nashville's 9 a.m. So it's 7 a.m. right now. Ho Chi Young, suggestion. Yes, we will happily listen to it. What do you have? Well, because this is part of it too. We don't want to lose, like, we obviously would love to grow the viewership here, but again, we've always kept the show as just kind of our fun project, and
Yeah.
basically our friends hanging out. Like we look forward to the same great faces in chat every day. Like we don't do this. Mark and I both have our other channels, right? We do those to like for the masses, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
This is not for the masses. This is for you guys. This is for the people that want to join us and just keep it intimate. So, but we want to make sure it's attainable and reachable for you guys. So yes, Ho Chi Young, all ears. Razvan, we're all ears. Freedom, we're ears. But like, please, all you guys,
Yes.
we want to hear your input and try to find a good balance for everybody here.
Hmm. Yep. 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 Please let us know, and we're more than down to
Yeah,
listen.
for real. Um. So yeah, that's big. What else? Dude, I've been busy with patches. I got 5 new ones coming. I just designed. I'm gonna have like I'm working on designs on. I've got like 3 more like in the lab. I'm kind of like
Mhm.
final like figuring out like with the designs and stuff. That that business is just wild, man. You're gonna help it for the show. Like I just can't believe the patch business is what it is. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
It's doing good. It's like surprisingly good.
Oh, I believe you. I
So
believe you. I believe you. It's funny how these little pieces of PVC are so addicting.
yeah, and I'll tell you this: like for those of you that ever consider doing a business, I think one of the best things to do is find a niche that you live in, and like now that I'm open to like these niche businesses, like the producer and I were talking about a couple other niche businesses that are like kind of closer to what she enjoys collecting and doing, and we're like, hey, like we understand this and this, we understand sourcing now. Like once you understand like how to source products from different vendors, how to package them, how to work with different companies and get things together, how to do warehousing and shipping, that's the hard part, right? Like figuring out all the infrastructure, like the model of how to get and move items to the market you want to sell them in. It's like you're dealing with, Mark. I mean, you guys are moving to a new market, right? I mean, you got to like get and move items to the market you want to sell them in.
Yeah.
It's challenge. It's hard. It's hard, right? And you have to pick it, and then you adapt and adapt and adapt and adapt and change. But once you kind of figure out, you can start applying that to other things. Like once you have your template, and you know it works, and like, okay, well, how about I just have this now and this, and let's try this, because you start building up enough to where like, okay, I can now like I will risk a little bit to start this part, and you can get into other industries once you understand the framework. You know,
I think I can now, I can say through this whole process, I can write a book. If you guys want to learn all about the beauties of third-party logistics,
Yeah.
and fulfillment and e-commerce and how to work international stuff.
yeah, you
I'm your
learn
boy.
you learn what a bill of
I took a crash course
you,
and I'm your
PL,
boy.
PLs and BOLs and like all the shipping stuff. Like, oh my god, and dealing with these 3PLs, like even mine was frustrating. I didn't even talk to this earlier. I'm trying to get this order out for the other not Patches, but the other business, the BCM side. And I'm like, why hasn't it gone? Like, oh, well, you never sent me the BOL. I'm like, no, I did. It was in your email. Like, oh, well, the email must have been, oh, it was in my spam folder. I'm like, oh, thanks. Like, so the trucker came by to pick it up and they're like, no, you can't have it. Screw off, and send them away. And I'm just like, geez, man, it's like this is the life. Like these little fires that become big fires because now you're dropping the ball and you have a customer that's like, where's my stuff?
Are you looking for a new 3PL or forwarding company? I got you covered.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, okay, I'll tell you this. I love my customs broker. Dude's good. I'm not gonna lie. He's salty old, but really good. But I think I need a forwarder. I don't know. I might be looking. I don't know. I don't want to say it on camera because like none of the guys watch it that I use. But like maybe I might be looking for a new warehouse. Might be moving West Coast instead of East Coast, man. Because shipping all the way around.
Well, I have the guides for you.
Yeah, I know. We'll talk. But no, actually we talked about, like, I know you say like make a YouTube course. I know something we've thought about doing is I don't know if it's something you're interested in because we usually just BS about our lives. I would take a quick poll. And by the way, Ho Chi, I want to address what you wrote because I kind of like your idea. But I want to finish this chain of thought, then jump back to yours. But is this something you'd be interested in? I mean, how many people here are interested in entrepreneurship, like, or at least getting some info and details on the potential of things that I feel like I've made enough mistakes in to be able to speak somewhat intelligently about? Like, I'm not going to just BS you about advice about things I just have no clue, but like Mark and I are starting to have a lot of overlap in what I do and what he does and our jobs. And we're starting to maybe like, we compare notes a lot before the show and we're starting to aggregate, I would say, a decent amount of knowledge at a moderate level to where we can teach. If we're at the moderate level, we maybe teach at the neophyte level, right?
Yeah.
Would this be something you guys would want to hear? Like a little bit of like just business, like from a business standpoint. I've been doing business I've owned a handful of companies. And my first one was in my early 20s, design business. I did graphic design. I actually did for photo retouch for models. I've been self-employed since I was 13, 14 years old. So I've got a lifetime of a lot of business experience and a lot of mistakes made. I mean, like money loss, mistakes made, and that's a great way that's a wonderful teacher. Is that something you guys would be interested in? Would you ever want to do it, or do you care not? I mean, don't care. Like, you're happy doing what you guys do, or do you want to learn a little bit about like the mistakes we've made? So if you are interested in kind of getting in, starting your own company or doing your own thing or side hustles or whatever, at least you can maybe avoid the traps that Mark and I have avoided. Mark brings a lot to working for a lot of big companies and has scar tissue there. I did too for like the middle part of my career before I did my own thing. And then I worked for corporate and then I left. Mark's got a big chunk of corporate. We can tell you the pitfalls kind of on working in the corporate world as well as some business stuff, because Mark brings a lot of experience between media. Like, he and I both have background a lot in YouTube, but we can tell you a lot if you want to do YouTube or social, for sure. Is this something?
Yeah, for sure.
Is
I
this
mean,
something you want? I know it's a long way to ask the question, but you know,
and I think the best thing is what you're gonna get with the both of us is we're not gonna sit here and be like, "Hi, my name is Jonathan, and let me teach you how I found a six-figure Amazon product and flipped it, and we're gonna make you so much money in the span of 2 months." Oh God, I hate. Look, I hate videos like that. I
no.
just want you to get into. I just want you to get to the point. Please do your knowledge transfer, and I don't need your personal sales.
Yeah,
Okay.
I could teach you how to make 100K. I could teach you how to make six figures on Amazon gross, not net. And it's going to take you a couple years, year and a half. But you know what? You can still do it and put a little bit of energy in. I can tell you how to do something like if you want a good payoff, like, and you'll hear this from the guru guys. They're all full of crap. The real truth is, do it so many times and do it more times than anybody else has, and eventually you will be the winner.
Yes, that is true.
Don't expect a result
That's
next
so
week
true.
or next month or
Yeah.
4 months from now.
That's so true.
Keep doing it repetition after repetition until you have more reps than anybody else has, and you're going to win. You're
Yeah.
going to outlive your competition. You can be number one if in a lot of different ways. But we can tell you at least the mistakes we made up to this point, and we're going to make a lot more, right? We're going to be screwing up, and like I said, it's the best learning tool. Like Mark, you know more about 3PLs than I do now by far, right?
By a happy happenstance.
Yeah. Well, you know what? You've had how many bad experiences, like trying to source
Well,
one.
the thing
right?
is like, what really helped me was, and we've talked about this at length, right? Like, I didn't want to first thing be like pick up the phone and text a friend and say, "Hey, bro, I need a favor." I felt like I could have, if I did so, I would have saved myself a whole bunch of hassle. But I felt like the onus was on me to go through this process to figure it out, right? To come up with the data, to have the late night meetings. There are times when the producer was here, there are times I had to stay up till about 2 o'clock in the morning just to have a meeting stateside. 2.5 hour meeting stateside just to wake up at 7 to go to work, right? And I had to do it. I had to do it many times. And you get turned down time. You ask why, and then you get smarter on the next time. Guys, I have no logistics background. Okay, when I was at Red Wolf, our warehouse and logistics team, my background was they told me just stay the hell out of our way, right? And like, not because they didn't like me, it's because they knew this was my wheelhouse, right? So they're like, just let us do it. When I was in my old corporate job, we had a logistics division, that had to deal with a whole bunch of stuff, right? That custom clearancing, containers, a bunch of stuff,
It's a
certification,
world,
bunch of
man.
stuff,
It's a
you know?
different world.
And I felt like even though I was banging my head against the wall for months, and Jono and I have said so many times where I just had to sit there and be like, just unload. And I'm like, wow, did you know that they did this? Did you know I have to deal with this? Did you know they're doing this? And then Jono was like, wow, damn. Or like sometimes John will be like, yep, I had to do that too.
Yep.
And
Like, but by the way, like this is what having, I think one of the most important things in life, sidebar, having people that are at your wavelength in life,
yeah,
something that I do have knowledge on. And he'll vent and I'll be like, just there to listen. And this is actually what he's talking about is something super critical you need in your life is
yes, you do, guys. You need this.
like, you can't call your PlayStation Modern Warfare 2, bro. For today, man. Like, I'm playing some Warzone, man.
Yeah.
Let's drop into DMZ, man. I'm like, no, I need to like vent about work. You do need this in your life. You
Yeah.
need people that can help move you the right direction. And you're
Nowadays, we just gotta do it, right? We got to do what we got to do. At the same time, number two, like, gotta have a support system. You want to be able to find people that are on your levels, people that you can speak to intelligently. I mean, it's nothing against even my producer. Sometimes it's difficult to have these conversations with her because it's not her wheelhouse, right? She's always there to listen to me, but at the end of the day, I got to make sure that I'm able to bounce ideas off of someone that we're in it together, and we can kind of look at this as an equal.
well, she's going to support in a
think-
different way. Like, you do need.
Oh, of course.
And that's the thing too. If you look at a lot of people, that have been successful is quit messing around with a bunch of girls, like when as soon as you can, and find someone that's on your wavelength.
Yeah.
I think if
Yeah.
I'll give you guys a recommendation. I don't know, Mark, you probably watched this guy too. I've been watching him for years now, from when he had like 30,000 subs. Alex Hormozy. You know what I'm talking about? Dude's jacked, dude. He's like legit jacked. He owns Gym Launch. He used to own Gym Launch, and him and his wife now own a company called Acquisition.com. They're like, they basically own a bunch of service-based businesses or invest into them. And he gives away some amazing advice. If you guys like, just check him out. But he has some good insight. A lot of guys are like, man, you don't need a girl, you don't need a woman in your life, you don't need a producer, you don't need like those kind of things, right? But you do need someone who's your wingman, someone to support you, someone to be there.
Yeah.
You can absolutely do it without it, for sure. But if you find the right one, that's like, they always say, your ride or die, like, it may not be the most romantic, or it could be whatever, but you have that right. You both are on the same page. You're heading the same direction. They're there to support your goals. You're there to, like, you guys are both heading the same way. It changes everything. But you still need your bros.
Yes, it does.
You still need bro, because like
Yeah.
there's times where I'm like, Mark, I'm like, hey man, I'm like this. Like, I'm like, maybe I'm gonna look at 3PLs. Like, Mark's like, yo, hey, there are like 5 I looked at. 2 of them I passed on, but they match what you're looking for, Jonathan.
Yeah.
They may not be the one I
exactly.
wanted, but like, and so like, this is where like we both do different. I mean, I saw like, I've looked at my Patches here, like Patches. Mark's like, you know, I got this guy here. He's like, he'd be fantastic for what you do. He's like really good at,
Yeah.
at that, you know? Or like
Yeah,
you guys,
yeah.
you know, getting into different lines in your business, like, hey, you know, I've been doing this on the Amazon side. Like, oh yeah, Jonathan, I got a question about Amazon. I'm like, cool, yeah. I like, oh, I've already dealt with that headache. Like, this is how you fix
Yep,
it. It's super simple. It's just this, but it's easy if you know where to look. So this is why you need more people. And you know, as soon as you get 3 or 4 or 5 people in your life that are your friends or business associates or whatever, people that you build this rapport with, it's amazing. Because they always, I know it's cliche, you know, the rising tide raises all ships, right? But it's true. Like, you start to get to a point where it's not competitive, because you're
Yep.
not fighting. Like, I have some great contacts. We're all in the same industry, like airsoft, essentially, right? And
Yep.
nobody's competitive, because we all know that when we win, we win. We all win. And
Yeah. And it's funny is because and the people who are so openly competitive are, if you look at it, are the people who are really having a hard time. Right? Like
Yep.
they're almost like gaslighting themselves.
yeah,
Right? Because if you look at, like, I'll give a really personal example that's pretty close to heart. When I was still at the old place, right?
the old place.
People always thought Matt and I hated each other.
Matt
Don't know
being
why.
Matt at
Matt
the
from Matt
Evic.
from, Matt from
yeah.
Evic. Yeah. Don't know why. Maybe because just the companies were rivals, and there was a healthy rivalry going on. But everybody thought, you go to old Airsoft Reddit, you can pull up old posts, you can like post, you can see comments on my videos, you can see comments on Matt's videos. There's always this strange rivalry that people dreamt up between Matt and I. So when people actually see Matt and I together, they're so like just taken aback that him and I are super cool. You know, we're super chill together. I never looked at it that way, right? But there are some people out there that feel like they need to cause this kind of stuff, to have this kind of competition, you know, with other people, and you know they're not doing so well.
No, and but if you
We know a few people.
yeah, we do
like that. you
Yes,
know,
we
and,
do. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you know, it's funny, like the ones in the past, if you go back 10, 15 years, the ones that were all like super competitive and always want to be that way, they're gone. They don't exist
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah.
You know, the ones that aren't survive. But
It's so cliche, you know. That's right. The rising tide lifts all ships. But like, I think a great way of saying it is also like, it costs me nothing to be nice. Why do I not want to?
yeah,
Right? Why would I go out of my way to not be nice? So it costs me nothing to be nice. It costs me nothing to want to reach out and work with other people. You know, like Stu knows when we reached out to him for the Crytek owners meeting, right? Like it costs us nothing to want to go and lift other people up, because in doing so, you know, I'm helping you, you're helping me, we're helping each other, and then next thing you know, we got a good network going on, and voila. Stu can ask me for any kind of favors. I can ask Stu. You can ask me. We can ask Kev, and it's
Yeah,
you know,
it's interesting that you think it's all competitive. Like when you get in these industries and you look at a lot of these big companies, the people that run them, the owners, the CEOs, they're all in the same social circles. Like absolutely.
yeah,
It's unbelievable what it does. And to like Ho Chi Young's points, like, company about JP drone licenses, I wouldn't even know where to start. I know when I went to Japan, I saw the sign just like, it's pretty much illegal to fly. Like the sign, like it was a poster at the airport on the way through. It said along the lines of, it's illegal to pretty much fly a drone anywhere in Japan. So just don't do it. I remember that poster, and then you saying this, I'm like, oh yeah, that sounds tough. So like, yeah, now you got to like,
right next to Osaka Castle.
I think
Just
it
had a
was.
drone and an X.
Yeah, but like it was in the airport. I landed at Haneda, and I remember seeing that going through the Haneda airport. I'm like, wow, because I used to travel with a drone. Like, oh, let's travel with a drone, do some cool fly. I'm like, now I'm like, I sold mine, I'm gone. But it's yeah, like you got to have support and self study. And like you said, to your point, I think this is super important. The way you said, Ho Chi Young, is you need to at least, you can't rely 100% on everybody else. You need to bring your education and experience, be like, hey, look, I've been doing my homework. I realize all these things, but I'm stumped on this point. Can you assist me? Because someone who is running their own company, they do have time, but they don't have infinite time, because like they realize that the one thing that we all have the same amount of in life is time. The one that uses it the best in the most productive way gets the best results. Period. That's it.
Yep.
That's it. Like we have the great unifiers, the amount of time we all have. Like, yeah, some people are born rich. Some people have like, generational money. Some people have like, they won the lottery. There's luck. But at the end of the day, we still all have the same amount of time every single day.
Yeah.
That do your homework. Like, because the quickest way to make someone, and this is coming from a YouTuber, when you ask me questions, if you're like, hey, Jonathan, I watched your video. I saw all these things. I have a question about this part. You said this, but I ran into this. I'm like, I'm going to do when I see that question? I'm going to stop and answer. Because I'm like, yo, you watched, you paid attention, you read, and now you have a stop. Okay, look, cool. Yeah, man, I'm happy to help you. Like, you're stumped on this part. But if you ask me a question I've already answered in the video, I'm like, well, obviously you didn't watch it or you didn't pay attention. Like, and I think that applies to every level of business, is make sure that when you go to someone, ask for help, make sure you've done your homework. And like Ho Chi Young says, like, hey, self-study plus support are both needed. Those are such critical words. Self-study plus support. And in chat, Ho Chi Young speaking the truth. Absolute,
Yeah.
Perfect words. That's critical. Do your homework, ask for the specific help in the area you need, because time is incredibly valuable. But let me flip back around to Ho Chi Young earlier about the show. We're going to switch off this topic and move back to the show now. Time. He's saying do the show every 2 weeks. Okay, every 2 weeks. On Friday night, U.S. time. Jono can do early drinking. Sure, I can do, like, that'd be Saturday morning for me. I'm fine. I'll day drink on Saturday. It's cool. Mark can do Friday night drinks. We do it every 2 weeks. We can make room for time changes and shifting. If you have a guest on, use Friday night Asian side, vice versa. Friday night seems to be possible for Western guests. What do you think?
I think that Friday night idea was pretty good. I mean, that was kind of somewhere along the lines of what I was kind of originally thinking as well. I wanted to kind of come up with some potential times before I threw that out there. I think that does make a lot of sense. Friday night, my time, your time. If we do it every 2 weeks, it kind of gives us, a week in there to kind of work out, some extra content. So, we have that 1 week where I can say like, hey, we're going to do some shorts this week. Then the next week, we have our,
we can
our
start
main show,
delivering
and then,
different types of content on this channel. And that's really what it'll do for us, is give Mark and I the ability to be like, okay, I can do some Taipei stuff or Taiwan stuff. Mark can do some Seattle stuff or wherever he is traveling at the time. If you're back in Japan, you can do Japan stuff. There's a lot of options for us to fill the gaps with George content, because I'm gonna tell you, man, there's some I'm sitting on a lot of content around here that I think could be cool. But I think the most important part is this chat group needs to be important. So I think, yeah, like Stu knows, like, I don't know about like Stu, can you make Saturday morning? That'd be like the game. Like you could probably just stream as you're on the train going to like an airsoft event, like those kind of things. What about Ho Ching Young? You and, you know, and on this side, it would be like, I don't know, what time would you do Friday night, Mark? You better
For
get
me,
up.
Friday night.
You
I
be
mean,
set. You be
I,
Friday night U.S. time. I'd be Saturday morning.
yeah, I'd be like, get off work at 6. You know, I get home. I don't know, like I'm 17 hours behind, so like I'd do like a 10,
Cool.
you know, 10, 11.
Be 7 a.m. for me. 8 a.m.
Yeah,
I can do it. I can get up. I got nothing.
I can do like a 10. I can do like a 10, 11 because we have a spare room in the in the apartment
Oh,
that we're
you got
gonna
3?
yeah, so we're planning on using that as a studio anyways.
Nice.
So, you know, somewhere for me to kind of film inside. So we talked about this while we were there looking at the place. So, you know, I'll just probably, you know, hang some clothes around, you know, just, you know, do some sound deadening, you know.
Yeah. Is it carpet or hardwood?
I think it's carpet.
Oh, carpet. At least take the vertical out, so you're fine. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So you work Saturdays to watch before 10. Yeah, we can do that. I mean, like, so, and like before 10, it'd be for sure before 10 here in Asia. Because 10 would be like 1 your time. Am I counting that right? Or is it the opposite way?
10 a.m.
Or is it 7 p.m.? No, wait, man, it might be your 9. It's 9 in Nashville, so it's 7 in the West Coast right now. So you're behind. So if it's
Yes.
10 a.m. here, it'd be 7 p.m. your time. So 10 a.m. Saturday, 7 p.m. your time Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, Stu. Stu's doing it. Bro, it's about flipping time. Again, talk about making progress. We got to like give a serious shout out. Look at the chat. In there, Mark, you and I, Stu and I, I'm sure you and Stu, all of us had talks about this. Stu, I'm so glad you're making this move. It's so long overdue. Another long overdue. Big congrats to a fellow friend slash, I mean, I wouldn't say he's a viewer. We're all friends here. Like we're all friends. Not even viewers. It's just friends. I'm really happy for you, man, doing the residency thing. So he's gonna be open work permit soon.
Oh, so you don't have to be tied to doing one thing, Mr. Stu.
Well,
good job.
Yeah, not tethered, not enslaved to your employer as it works here. So
Good
yeah.
job, buddy.
Yeah.
Yes. Death and taxes, man. Mostly taxes.
Hey, I don't want to hear any of you suckers complain about taxes. I'm the American here, considering that no matter what I do, where I am, I'm taxed on everything I make forever, wherever I am. I'm like me and what's the other country? There's like one other random like Micronesia or something like I don't know. So there's 2 countries on the planet that do it, and the U.S. is one of them. That
This is Uncle Sam right
yeah,
now.
Uncle Sam. No, Uncle Sam's
Is
thumb.
it's
Thumb.
that painting of that guy pointing at his palm.
Gimme. This is the thumbnail for the video.
Oh. I see you working hard this week. Thank you.
Yeah. It's amazing, man. They like you're exempt for a significant amount of money you earn overseas. I mean, more than I could, do here, working for an employer if I did. But yeah, you're exempt for like I think it's 100 and something K USD. Outside
if
US.
you're living overseas, you're
But
okay-ish. Uncle Sam's like, all right, fine.
yeah, they exempt a sizable amount. Like, but you have to report it. So
Yeah.
you still have to report your earnings. And the history of the U.S. government is they just change taxes when they feel like changing taxes, because they can and they will, and why not? And if they need more money, they'll just shift it to make it more difficult for you.
Yes. Yes.
By the way, you
Yes.
want to do business in America? Don't F around. Get a good tax accountant, period. End of story. Done. For real.
Because you're gonna find out.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you. The money you spend on your accountant is far paid off in the money you save on your taxes.
And I don't want to get political this quick into the show.
Oh
If you're
God.
gonna go and start a business in the U.S., go to a red state, please, for the love of Christ.
Yeah. Why you
Go
moved to the bluest, to
a
one of the
red
bluest to blue
state.
states ever? Good luck with that, bro.
Like what a lot of people don't understand is, though some blue states look good, like say they have like a no state income tax, they're gonna tax you somewhere else.
Hey, let me tell you,
You know.
Tennessee, red state, no state income tax.
Yeah, Tennessee's good.
There's a reason
Florida's
Nissan
not bad.
Nissan
Yes,
moved.
Florida's good.
Guess what? My warehouse. By the way, my company's based in Tennessee. My warehouse is in Florida.
Yep.
There's a reason I picked those.
Texas, very good. No state income tax. Texas, very good.
Texas,
Also
I
very
think you
low
do have a
business
state income tax, but it's like it's at a very high rate at 3%. Like you have to be like 100 and.
I thought Texas had no state income.
No, Texas has like a 3%er, but it's like at a certain. It's like at a crazy amount.
Anyways, I know the state of Arkansas is doing pretty good right now. They have a very low state income tax. Also, if you're in the manufacturing, like that's the state.
No,
to be
you're
in
right.
now.
Texas does not. It's okay. Here we go. Texas, Tennessee, Florida, Wyoming, South Dakota, Nevada, and Washington don't have state income taxes. Oh, also New Hampshire.
Of course.
That is no state income tax, but they get you. For example, Tennessee sales tax rate, almost 10%, right?
Yeah, and Texas is at that 8 something.
6.25, but they overlay a 2% local. So you're at 8.25. I'm 9.75 because it's like 6.75 and there's like a 3% local. So like they'll get you. One of the worst states to live in, Colorado, they have 4.5% state income tax, and over some city, they do a like city regional like city area, they can have up to 12% in some areas in Colorado of sales tax. So look at your balance. Like Tennessee,
Sounds like Canada.
yeah. Alaska 0 as well. I mean, if you want to live there, but like your cost of living there is insane because you got to ship everything there.
Yeah.
Wyoming's, I would say like probably your better bet would be like a Wyoming. Nevada is one of the better ones. That's why I'm looking at Nevada actually heavily for me, because Nevada makes almost all their tax earnings on gambling because of Las Vegas and Reno. So they have really not much interest in worrying about like state income tax or even like sales tax heavily. Yeah. They don't really care too much about those things because they're just like, well, we're making a metric ton of money on gambling earnings. So it's like, come on in, we just want the tourist. I mean, Nevada's like 98% desolate desert, like non-livable. So
yeah. For me, if I was making, let's say, about $75,000 to $80,000 a year, and I was just doing digital stuff, kind of like a digital nomad, I would settle in Wyoming, like without thinking.
Oh, heartbeat, yeah. I would Wyoming. I would even though Montana's state income tax is higher, their cost of living, like registering vehicles, a lot of other things, is so low. But the weather, the difference between Wyoming and Montana is one state north is massive when it comes to your winter weather.
Yeah. Things like that. That's what I want. I want the big winters. So like for me, Wyoming is just absolutely just beautiful.
Montana's like too big of a winter. You could have like, it's 3 meters of snow.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
yeah. So like that's what I would think. But at the end of the day, it's still an incredible place to do business though in the United States. It's one thing that I really tip my hat to my American brethren is, you can still actually go and make a sales pitch to people and they'll sit there and be willing to listen to you.
Yeah.
And there's not many places in the world would actually allow you to sit there and pitch somebody. And they'll like, I know a lot of people that will sit there and listen to me speak. Right. And they'll give me my 2 minutes to kind of pitch them. And it's really good. It's still the country where people are still willing to believe and trust what you have to offer and give you a chance. And I think it's by far an incredible, the most incredible place I would still say to do business. But you're right, Jono. You're gonna F around and find out really quick if you're not doing your numbers right.
Yeah.
The U.S. government is terrible in many ways, but they're so on point with their taxes.
It's funny. They won't tell you what you owe, but they'll tell you when you get it wrong. It's like Wait, the joke, if you guys watch the memes out there, and being an American, this resonates so hard for me, and for those in chat like here that understand, it's like the joke was like, "Hey, it's tax time. Cool. All right, cool. So you owe us money. This is the government talking. And this meme back. Okay, cool. How much do I owe you guys?" Government's like, "Well, we're not going to tell you, but I gotta guess." Well, yeah, you just gotta guess. Well, what if I get it wrong? Oh, you go to jail. Well, why can't you tell me? Oh no, that's not how it works. And that's really taxes, right? For real.
Yeah.
It's literally like you got to guess, and then you're like, "Here it is," and they come back to you, they're like, "Oh, you're wrong. What don't you if you know what I need to pay, you just tell me. I'll just send you the check." Oh, that's not how it works. It's the most whacked out. Yeah, exactly. Hochino, exactly. Do you know why I stopped you?
Because I'm young and I'm black and my hat's worn low. Do I look like a mind reader, sir? I
Oh,
don't
no.
know.
Yeah. Oh, you a lawyer, son? Yeah, we're quoting Jay-Z. That's right.
Yeah. I ain't past the bar, but I know a little bit. I know when you want to illegally search my ish.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna get the dog. Bring him out. I don't know the words, man. Like I got it. Like somewhere around here. I would play it, but we get copyright struck.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah, Stu. By the way, I've been audited a few times. If you own, by the way, if you own a company, if you're a business owner, it will happen. Sometimes you're a little off. Sometimes you get money back. Like the last time I had to refile my taxes, like 7 years ago, 7 years ago, and I refiled, and I ended up with like a $600 refund.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, the thing is, like, I just got a tax refund from the Japanese government.
Hey, good.
Hey, arigato gozaimasu.
Yep. Hey, I pay the Taiwanese government what I earn here, which right now is, I don't know. So, but yeah, it's interesting. Taxes are inevitable. Just do it. There's like a lot of things you can flub on in life. Don't flub on your taxes. Do not.
I firmly support a flat tax. You know.
I
Because I feel like I would say this is one of the rare things Hong Kong gets right. It makes sure your taxes are out. Your tax rate is only a maximum, and I think it caps at 15%, right? And that's only if you're making like a silly amount of money, right?
Here it scales, and it starts stupid low, and it scales aggressively to like almost US level rates on the high end. US, man, I'm at the max tier. Wait, okay, by the way, when you own a company in America, you have a lot of choice. Like you have deductions depending on your if your first few years you're going to be like no taxes because you're not really you're putting your money back in the company, right? But after you've scaled your company to a point, and this is why you always hear people like have a shell company or they have like a one, like they own 3 companies. They have 2 that are profitable and 1 that loses money, so they can like basically dump their money into building the third one, and they get a tax break on the other 2. Like basically they're earning all the profits they make here just go into that one because that one's like a black hole because it's getting built. Because the first few years you build a company, like everybody's thinking, oh, I'm gonna start a company, I'm gonna make a ton of money. No. Like I could show you guys what I do on Amazon. You're like, oh man, you're doing great, John. No, I'm not, because all that goes right back into buying new stuff and expanding the catalog. Like there's a very big difference of what you show is net profit and then what you actually are able to reach in the company and pull out and use if you want to keep growing it. Now, when you get to a certain size, at some point you're like, hey, I'm comfortable now. I can kind of keep it here and keep the status going. But I don't know if like somebody like Mark, you, I are ever comfortable. Like you kind of want like more, it's like, if I can keep scaling, I'll keep scaling,
Yeah. That's just the very competitive nature of just who I am. And I'm sure like to some extent you're the same way. Like for me, like I want to be able to make more. I want to be able to grow, and I want to go harder and faster and faster. And it's so funny, like when you're younger, when I was younger at least, I always thought, oh man, you've made it. Just stay here. And then, I never understand why people are like, oh, get to a certain level, then you know what? I'm gonna move on. I could never understand that when I was younger, and then it happened, right? You get to a certain level and then you realize, you know what, I've hit my ceiling, it's time to move on, right?
Yeah.
And then you go to another place and then you increase in some other aspect of your life, and then you hit a ceiling and you move on, right? It's kind of like me at the old place, right?
Yeah.
I've got to the end of my career at the old place, and this is not a knock to Red Wolf. Red Wolf has been a fantastic company to me. They've been for the most part excellent, you know, and they've been very supportive of me throughout the years. But it got to the point where I could only do so much,
Yeah.
right? I can only do so much for not just a creative outlet, but also as a professional outlet. You know, I was getting to the point where I wanted to do more because I had the ability to do so, like with all of our SEO and stuff. But there wasn't more for me to do. And so coming here, now I feel like now I'm uncapped,
Yeah.
right? I have the electronic limiter taken out of my engine, and now the channel is my baby. The operations I'm running with my dear friend Masaki, you know, we're doing all this together and being able to go stateside, and now like yet another adventure waiting ahead of me. So like that for me is really keeping it fresh.
There's a couple of ways to look at it. If you're lucky, you find a company that's on the same trajectory you are, and you get that unlimited, unlimited power. Like the to quote
Yeah.
the Emperor. We've watched it. Like I've been running the producer through all the Star Wars films, but unlimited power. But it's the unlimited growth. So you occasionally slide into an organization when they're at a moment in their growth cycle where you and them can just go to the moon. Again,
Yeah.
you know. But that's rare.
Diamond hands, apes together strong.
Right,
Sorry.
exactly.
Is that a little too 2020?
That's a little T21. It's okay, man. It's a little
Does everybody still remember that? That's okay.
Planet of the Apes, right? But I think a lot of times you end up at a company, especially up in your 20s and early to mid 30s, where you have to change your mindset. And I saw my parents, right? I saw my dad for most of my young life. He worked at the same company, right? It's just all of a sudden, boom, he lost his job. And this is back in the late 80s, 80s ish. And I'm like, oh my God, what happened? Like he just had this stable job and all of a sudden he's gone. And then he moved to another job. He's there for a few years and then went to another one. And then he became ended up being a president of a petroleum company before he retired. And he still does, he's an environmental engineer. He still does consulting. He's like retired, still consulting in this world. I mean, the guy, I don't know, it's like weird. But I learned something from that in seeing the shock that no job is forever, that you have to consider these jobs. You have a couple ways to look at life. If you want to keep moving forward in life, you either build yourself to the point where you get lucky, like where Mark is right now, where he's aligned with a company who's on the same rocket trajectory path and is like, hey, we're in growth mode. It's yours. This is your massive swath of business. And as you continue to grow, it's just going to grow wider and wider. And you're going to have a team that builds underneath you eventually, right? You're going to have this like team that grows as you grow the business. There's this pyramid that comes underneath you. It's I wouldn't say luck. It's you've definitely put yourself in the position to get the luck. Like overnight success or luck usually has like a decade and a half of hard work behind it.
Yeah.
To get
Who was it that said
lucky.
it? Was it Gary V, or who was it that said luck doesn't exist? It's luck is essentially when preparation meets opportunity.
Yeah, and you have to
Right.
know when to take the opportunity, and that's the
That's right.
scariest part. A lot of people never move, and this is the big point here: is every job you take until you find that luck, that opportunity meets preparation, like Mark said, the Gary V quote, is a paid internship, paid education. You go to school, you get you get high school degree, you go to college, you get your college degree, which is trash. Don't even start on that. That's the worthless piece of garbage you could ever see at this point on the planet. Unless you're take that back. Unless you're an engineer, doctor, lawyer, unless you're a professional, right? Doing a professional, then absolutely.
Yeah.
But like modern education now is like the worst return on investment possible. That
Oh,
said, once you get to career, look at everything. Like you said, Mark, how can I use this as education for me to move myself forward? And at some point, you have to realize you aren't going to get anything out of this anymore. Or you're with a company in a position where it's infinite. It really is. It's just keep going. And
right.
that's where you want to be. That's the goal. Unless you want to start your own company, and then that's a totally different path, different trajectory. It's a whole different problem. But like in Mark's case, he had a great job at a great company prior to this one that he's at now. And it was fantastic. But at some point, you max out. The company's built, it's established, and the company's goals are like, yo, you hit this max. We need you here, Mark. Like you're where you need to be. And Mark put a lot of time in, many years here at the top tier, fine tuning. He got to the 95% at a point, got his education, and then he fine tuned that last 5%. It was time to go on, right? Because there's not more vertical. Like, where are you going to go? You're in media, right? You're not going to go anywhere else. Like, there's no opportunity. You're in social, you're in that, and there's no more tiers. Unless the boss scales the company, you have no verticality. And it's not the fault of the company. It's just that's the company structure, right? That's the end of it. Like, you have no vertical mobility. So you have to go somewhere else. And you did. And it's awesome. Awesome.
Yeah,
You
it
found
is.
where you
It
are.
really is. It really is. It really, really is. I mean, Stu, I do think there are still jobs for life, but it really not like just. I think it's a perfect combination of information technology being so readily available, as well as opportunity due to this technology being available has opened up a lot of people to a lot of opportunities that otherwise maybe in past generations people have not experienced. So, it's easy to flip open LinkedIn and go look at the job section and see what's sexy and then you go somewhere else, right? But then again, like there is still a virtue with saying, you know what, um, I'm going to try to go as far as I can in this company. And if it's 2 to 5 years, great. But, I see myself staying with this company for many years to come, right?
Good story is
So,
my niece is looking to start her own company. She's young. She's early 20s, like 2020 period. And I don't want to, in case anybody's watching, I don't want to rat her out. So she's at a certain employer and it's parallel to kind of where she wants to go. And her business idea that she has that she wants to start is a hybrid of this plus something else. And she knows at some point she's going to have to leave this to go to something else to get that experience, that paid education, to get the two parts of what she needs to do what she wants to do. And it's amazing she already figured that out at 20. It's like,
yeah,
she and I talk, we check in, we talk about business, right? And we'll check in every once in a while. And we'll have these talks. She's like, hey, I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm this. I'm not going to tell you her name. I'm not going to give her socials. I'm not going to do that mess. Because that's her private world. And I respect all that junk. Trust me, for being a guy, like Mark and I both know, in social face, there's, if it was just us in chat, the ones of us here talking in chat, I would totally tell you. But it's not just us. This video lives on and other people watch it, so there's no flipping way I'm saying it out loud. But that said, she's already got the mindset. And I don't know how she figured it out, but she did. And she knows the path to go on. And I'm like, God, I wish I was 20 and I knew these things, like go work for this company to get this half of what I want to do. And then the other half is this. And then the business is going to be like a hybrid of these two totally different industries. But I want to do this thing, this location based business. It's like a brick and mortar that's a half this and half that. And it's just so, I know it's very vague. Sorry guys, but I don't want to rat her out. It's great that she's thinking that. She's already on that paid education mindset. And she's also going to school, finishing up her college degree, because you got to have that rubber stamp, right? But parallel to that, she's getting on the job education. So super cool. I think it's so good that she's on that mindset and that path. And I'm working on my nephew on trying to figure out what his business idea is. He's got some good ones.
yeah.
He's still young.
I
He's
mean,
like
like
16, 17? 17.
I never ever thought about like oh, if I can turn back time, because I realized my life has led me to this point, and looking back, I'm proud of the accomplishments I've had. But it's when I kind of sit and kind of think by myself, maybe I have a drink and, having a smoke. I think about like, man, wouldn't it be wild, Jonathan, if we were 21 right now?
Oh, with the knowledge I have
Yeah,
on business and I could reset back 2+
yeah,
decades,
yeah. If I could, if like if
24
we're
years.
21,
Yeah, I can
yeah,
go back
if we're
24
if
years
we're
rewind and have
21,
this knowledge.
if we're at 21 right now, man,
I
let
would
me
go
tell
back.
you
I
what.
would go back. I have to take the producer with me. I would go back to 21. I wouldn't care about the money. I like if you said, "Hey, look, if you go back to 21 and you could bring the money you have now or the knowledge you have now back," it's like you could ask me 1,000 times, I'd give you the same answer. I'd take the knowledge, forget the money. Money, I know this sounds stupid. Money is incredibly easy to come by in
Mhm.
this world. And I know it's like, oh my God, I'm working so hard for a dollar, right?
But that is so true. That is so true, guys.
Like I want
That's why, like, don't let it control you. It's so true.
it's like so many people, and I know like when you can't pay your bills, when you're like this close, trust me, as a business owner, I have literally, I mean, in the past 6 months, I'm going to tell you right now, like when you're buying product and you're trying to do things, you're trying to balance your cash flow, I've literally been on the razor's flipping edge, even in the past 6 months of like, I'm going to be out of money. I'm gonna be at zero. And yeah, you of course panic. You're like, but I gotta, and then that inner voice, like there's like this fight with yourself, and you have to say like, it's like in video games, like you're not dead in a video game. You got 100 hit points, 100%, right? You're not dead till you lose the last hit point,
Yeah.
right? You're not dead until you lose. Like you gotta, like you can build your character up to 10,000 hit points. And if you're fighting that boss and you're down to like one hit point left,
Excuse me.
no worries. You're down to one hit point left. You're still not dead until you lose that last hit point. You still fight.
That's right.
And that's what you got
That's
to
right.
remember. But yeah, Stu's same thing. You always make more money. If you ever wonder if money is not a limited resource, when you stop and think, you're like, Jonathan, you're full of crap. Go outside. If you're in a city, like just go in your neighborhood, drive in your neighborhood, drive past all the houses in your neighborhood, figure out what the average house price costs in your neighborhood, wherever you live, doesn't matter. Think about all the houses you drive past or take the subway train past or you take the bus past, all those houses, every house, whatever the value is of it, count the number of houses you go just to go to work. How many thousand, how many hundreds, how many hundreds of, or 500 or 700 or 1,000 houses you pass or more. What if you live in a city like Taipei, these huge buildings? I mean, the average apartment here is like $1 million in Taipei City. And these buildings have like 50 of them in it. It's like 50 million, 70 million, $100 million, 100 million USD we're talking here. And there's infinite buildings. And somebody owns those.
Yeah.
You look, I can stand on the roof here and look out, go all the way up to the roof, look out, and I can see hundreds of billions of dollars of property. And you can tell me that money's not readily available. It's out there. It's like with your eyes, you can see so much. So just think about that. Think about the perspective of someone owns everything you see, and it's not the same person. So money is not finite. I'm not saying go blow it on stupid crud. Be smart about how you spend your money. But you can definitely, you can't live from a place of fear, especially running a business. It is
That's right.
the hardest thing. And I have to remind myself, and the reason I'm telling you guys this is because I have to tell this to myself daily, that when I go to spend money and I'm like, I watch the account go down, I'm like, wait a minute, this is an investment on, let's just talk about patches, right? This is an investment on patches. I'm putting this in, but the ROI is here. It's huge. It's off the screen big. So like when I run my account down in the next 3 to 6 months, when I sell through that inventory, it's going to be off the chart again. It's an ebb and flow. And as long as your line is doing this and not that, your line's doing this on average over the course of months, it's the same. And I forget who it was. Oh my God, I gave the right credit. Like about working out. What are we talking about? Consistency is, Razvan said it. Okay, thank you. You're absolutely right. It's like working out. You don't weigh yourself on the scale every day. Well, you do every day, but you count your gains or your losses by the week, by the month,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You weigh daily,
Yeah.
you gain or lose. If you're trying to lose weight, you gain or lose weekly or monthly, right? Like,
Yeah.
by the way, Mark, you've been in gain mode, haven't you?
Yeah, I've been in dirty bulk mode.
Same.
Hey,
Bro,
I still look good when
I'm
I wear a shirt, but I'm dirty bulk mode
dude,
right now.
I've got to go to the producer has a friend of hers getting married, and I'm like, I pulled out my, oh my God, I pulled out my suit, and I went to a wedding with one of her friends like 4 months ago, 5 months ago. I've been doing dirty
Right.
bulk, which for those of you who don't know, dirty bulk's like just calorie in, just hit the weights hard. I
Terrible for you.
It's
That's so
well,
enjoyable.
well, it's not the. I'm not super dirty bulk. I mean, I'm like still. I mean, I'm not like, but the middle's definitely not. I'm not beach weather. I'm not beach body ready. I put on the jacket, and dude, my chest and back, like I don't have much fat at all up here. Like this isn't where you get fat. Middle's the fat. Like the waist, I'm not gonna talk about waist. Waist is different. I put the jacket on. I'm like, ugh, like the seam on the shoulders, like here now. It's not even. My shoulders have grown so flippin' much that the seam has moved up. Bro, the
This is my
pants.
fear with getting tailored
Don't, I'm
suits.
telling you, the pants. I've been hitting I've been doing legs. Every day's leg day. Every day's leg day is great until you gotta fit into your slim suit pants again. So I put my slim suit pants on, bro. I can't sit. I can't squat. And I had zero fat on my quads. None. There's nothing on the inside of my legs. There's no fat there, and they're going to explode my damn pants. Like I put them on, it was like wearing tights. It looked like I was.
Oh, trust
my
me.
producer wearing her Lululemon. It was what I look like.
Yeah. I mean, I fit none of my suits. Not they're all done.
Yeah.
Every single
None.
one.
Mine, I've got to do. Even if I cut, I don't think I'm going to fit my suit. I got to get it tailored back out. Ho Ching Young, yes,
That's-
sin
that's
nudes are
my
out there,
biggest
man.
fear.
Ho Ching Young, by the way, I'm going to be launching. For those, I'm going to give you guys. I just got approved. Like 2 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago. So I'm going to be launching Patch Fiend in Japan. So Patch Fiend will be in Amazon Japan. Amazon.jp will have Patch Fiend in probably 2-ish weeks with no pending issues. I have to build the listings. I got to find someone to translate them for me. So that's the big challenge. But short of that, then good to go. Probably 2-ish, 3-ish weeks. So heads up,
Nice.
it's coming. Actually, we can talk. If you freehand, I will pay. If you want to translate, if you're fluent, so, like if you can do both, there's no freehand here, bro. I will pay you. So we can talk about a business proposition where you'll be compensated for your time fairly, which is how I do any business. There are no free hands when working with me. I will pay you for your work. So
Nice. Well, that's a
You know how to
good
reach me.
place to-
yeah. Anyway, that's a good place to end.
Yeah, that's a good place to put a pin in it.
Dirty Bulk. By the way, hey
There's
man.
dirty bulk, and there are no free hands here.
Yeah. By the way, I'm repping 90 plus kilos now on
By
chin
the way,
bench.
I haven't hit the gym in 2 months.
Dude, I'm
like
repping.
legit.
I'm repping 90, 92, 93 kilos, so it's just 200 pounds. It's nuts. It's where I wanted to be so long. I can't believe it. I still can't believe I'm like hitting it. No spotter, solo in it. So
90 kilos. That's combined with the bar.
with
or
the bar,
just
with the
plates?
bar. So it's
Okay.
bar plus 420s.
Nice.
Yeah, I know, man. Like you're bigger than me. I know you're like, yeah, but I'm 40 freaking 5 years old. I'm like,
Hey, dude, two plate life is one heck of a place to be.
dude, I'm not gonna be like Frank Grillo, whatever his name is. I'm not gonna be that jacked, but you know, I want to be like healthy in my 40s, moving on. So, yeah, Ho Chi Young, we'll talk offline for sure, bro. We've got line chat, so I'll ping you and we'll chat and talk about everything. I'm not even like I'm just in the beginning stages, so we'll talk business later. So
Yeah, Razvan, you gotta watch your back, bro. I just threw out my back
Mm,
a couple days ago,
yeah.
last week, because I was moving some boxes. Just I remember when I first got back on this gym thing. I really messed up my back doing some deadlifts, and it took me 3 to 6 months to get better
Yeah.
because I was also every time I felt a little better, I would go and try to do squats, and it would just mess
Don't.
my back
Don't.
up
No.
again. So
Don't.
don't rush it. Don't force yourself. If you're gonna have to do legs, do like what the ladies do. Hold that weight up here,
Do
just one
goblets.
dumbbell,
Yeah.
and
Do
just yeah,
goblets.
do,
Yeah.
do
Do
that.
goblet squats.
You know, um, you know, take your two weights, bend over, and then pull back up like you're doing a deadlift, but only
RDLs.
with dumbbells. Yeah.
Dumbbell
So just
RDLs.
do
Yeah.
that. Yeah, do that. Always, always, always be hyper focused on how your back posture is. I can't stress this enough with everybody that I work out with. It's like if you can't rep the heavy weights, who cares? Don't mess up your back.
Yeah.
And a lot of people rely so heavily on the weight belt. They have terrible form even with the weight belt on. And then the moment they loosen that weight belt a little bit, they get hurt.
Yeah.
So just keep that in mind.
I don't use weight belt at all. In fact, what I've been doing is I've actually in the gym, I reset all my vanity numbers because I was doing like real crap form. Like I could put up that 90 kilos, no problem, right? But it was like my elbows would come down to like here, right? And so I reset and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna touch the bar to my freaking chest and go up. And it's humbling. When you start doing proper form all the way down, that weight goes way down. I reset. It put me months back, but now I'm doing proper form, tapping ups, right?
Yeah.
That's a big deal. So like the longer you go, you get that ego number out of your head. But yeah,
Yeah.
man, for real, Razvan, like I'm gonna double down on what Mark said. Like for real, go like if you're gonna do like I would say let it heal to the point you start to feel a little confident, and then grab some like 20s and do dumbbell RDLs. Grab some
Or bro, just use the bar.
yeah.
Just do the
Just do the
open,
bar.
just use the
The
open
bar.
bar.
The bar's
Don't-
the bar's
don't
20
put any
pounds.
weights on it.
The bar's 20 pounds, right? It's 20, 21.
Yeah.
It's 10, 9, 10 kilos,
it's-
whatever. Just
20
do the
pounds.
bar. Grab a pair of 10s. Grab like 10. Just go and just work on it slowly, slowly. Get that form. Keep the abs
Yeah.
so freaking tight, like somebody's gonna punch you in the stomach. Keep your abs so tight, and that's gonna lock your back too, like Mark said. And just treat it like a baby. Do not screw around with that.
Yep. My new apartment in the States has a gym inside, so I should be able to put up some gym shorts when I'm there. Throw it on the channel.
Mine won't let me
if
film
you're
in
just
there. Mine has like no filming signs.
Yeah, we have like an apartment gym.
Yeah, nobody's gonna say anything when you.
I'm it's a pretty safe bet that I will probably be the only one down there on a regular basis.
Yeah,
So,
good. You might bump into like some random person get on the treadmill, or the elliptical.
some old lady on the treadmill. Are you filming yourself?
Yeah. Oh, honey, you must work out a lot. You're pretty big.
Yeah. Up in Seattle, that's
Yeah,
what
in
they sound
Seattle, they
like.
sound like Southern rednecks.
That's right. Anywho, it was a good show, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you
Yeah.
for hanging out with us.
Always.
So happy to be back all the time and talk to you guys about a wide variety of stuff. I think we're gonna probably do a few more of these wing it shows until we kind of get settled down.
Yeah, I think it's good. Like right now, we got so much going on, like between both of us,
Yeah.
and especially with Mark's move. You got a few weeks out until you're bouncing. We're probably gonna have a weird, wonky schedule as he gets settled, and then
Yeah.
we'll reset. We will continue to talk to you through our normal shows like this for the next few weeks until we figure out what we're going to do. We're going to share with you. We're going to be a part of the conversation together, deciding how we're going to move the timeline. And then we'll see how the time works. If things don't work out, we can shift it around. We'll make it work. Don't worry. We
Yep,
want you all to
for
be
sure.
here. We care
We
about all
will.
you. Like, really, we do.
We
like, for
will
real.
make it.
So, alrighty.
Yep.
Well, everybody, thanks
Well-
so much. A bunch. Ho Chi Young, I'll hit you up in a bit. I don't have enough stuff yet, so don't expect anything like post show. It's just in the early stages. We'll chat later. So, yep. Razvan,
Well-
good luck, bro. Like, just keep that,
Yeah.
dude. Just easy. That is not an injury you want to because you could
Yeah.
destroy yourself if you try to be
Yes, sir.
He-Man.
Yes, sir. Heal up, bro.
Heal
Take your
up.
time. It's
Like
look, man.
basically
Like
do
we.
some like work on the arms, work on the shoulders from a seated position to like sit on the bench, just do some fly, do
Yeah.
some shoulders,
Yeah.
do like just start building that upper body, do some leg extensions, do some hamstring curls, like do what you can, but just keep all that weight off your back, like until you heal.
Yeah. That's right. Take your time. You're in no hurry. You're not paid to do this.
Nope. And
Right.
we've all been there. I've jacked my back up
You're
too,
not paid to
man.
do this,
Like
right?
you've
Yeah.
done it. Mark's done it. Mark's in the middle of it right now, actually. So just heal, man.
Yeah. Bending over is painful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear about your personal life, bro.
There's a joke there, but
It's a
you know, I'll leave
joke.
it
It's
to you
personal
guys.
life, double
Yeah.
entendre.
I'll leave it to you guys.
Anyway, all right, guys, gals,
Yeah.
whoever else is watching and lurking in the background, thank you so much. We love you.
Take it easy, everybody.
hit the sub button if you haven't. Consider if you like this band. By the way, if you're to this point, you've gone through this much torture, you probably should just hit the sub button because, well,
Yes.
you enjoy the torture. So, all right, Raz, have a good week. Ho Chi Young, Stu. I mean, everybody. Let me go back up. Who did we miss? Freedom. Have a good week. Everybody have a good week.
Have a wonderful time. Have a wonderful day. And I'll see you guys later.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Stay hopped up.